Another question she had was how to create antique paper. So for that, it's a matter of using various tools. So I'm going to open a blank canvas. I'll just do 2000 by 2000. And I will fill that with a light color. Let's say color cream. And we want to add some aged effect. She was mentioning the dodge and burn tool. And the thing is that you don't necessarily have to use the dodge and burn, but you can. So if you want to use the dodge and burn, so the dodge is going to lighten, burn is going to darken. In that case, I would want to darken because my paper is light. Remember that any of these tools can use any of the brush tips that you have for your brushes. So I have one here, which is kind of a blob. And with recent versions of PaintShop, you can go fairly large. I can go and apply that burn to my whole page. So you can see how this, oh, don't tell me it's freezing. It can already apply something to your page. Yeah, I think it's freezing. Let's just let it a bit thinking. Yeah, it's thinking. And you can adjust the opacity. So this was at 15% opacity. If I had 50%, you can see how it goes darker. And of course, if I go to 80, it's much darker. So you might want to age your paper with something light like this. And if you want to do something on the edges, you can also do the same thing. I tend to prefer using the brush tool on a separate layer to add some effects on the edges, simply because it gives me the option to tweak the blend mode or the opacity. So for example, I'm just going to zoom out a bit and stretch out the outside. I'll add a new raster layer and I will use a different brush. I have different ink splash. And for that, I can just use either a darker, slightly darker or much darker color, and I'll just play with the blend mode after. So I can go in the corner. Oh, I guess I'm still in the dodge or burn mode, and you can't burn anything on the blank layer. So I'll just activate my brush tool and I'll go to those ink. Okay, where are my ink? Paint splash. So I can go and have a little bit of a brush here. I can brush around in the corners. And see, that's why I like to have my image with something around, so I can actually go out. And if I don't want to have the same imprint, I'll use my F11, so with the brush variants, and I can change the rotation. I like to have it around 100%, so that way it's going to be rotating all over the place. I can have the steps less, so I'm going to have more imprints. And at this point, I can add a blur, for example. Adjust, blur, Gaussian blur. You can see how it fades. You can go higher. And then you can also play with the blend modes. So by scrolling through, you can see here luminance has kind of an interesting effect. Multiply, it's a little too orangey. Dissolve, not sure about that one. Overlay, no. Hard light is a little bit too red. Soft light is disappearing. Dodge, burn, exclusion. So in this case, maybe the luminance is one. It's not one that we use often, but it might work. And you can play around with the opacity and you can have something like this. And then you can repeat the process with a new raster layer. You can change the size. You can have it bigger. Of course, it might matter what kind of brush you have. And I can do exactly the same thing here. Change and add some blur. I can have different level of blur. I can choose again different opacity, and I could go with a different blend mode. And sometimes it's a matter of having just a little bit. You don't have to have something really very opaque. Sometimes just like 20% might be enough and you can play around. So Libera is asking, what is the name of this brush? That's one brush I probably imported. Paint Splash, Ink Splash. I'm not sure. Because it has my name, I probably imported it. I wonder if it's not part of one of the scripts. I might have a look at that. So this is how you can create an interesting old antique paper and with various combination, blur, etc. Yes, Brusheezy has several paint splatter splash. And remember that if you go online and you find some ABR brushes that are meant for Photoshop, you can import them just straight. It's very straightforward in PaintShop. So don't look specifically for PaintShop brushes. You're not going to find many, but Adobe Photoshop, there are a lot and you can use them. Hey there! I hope you found this information helpful. If you're curious to dive deeper and explore more about PaintShop Pro, we've got a wealth of resources waiting for you in our membership area. There, you'll find in-depth classes, workshops, Q&A sessions, and much more to help you enhance your PaintShop Pro and digital scrapbooking skills. Feel free to check it out. The link is in the video description below. Thanks for watching and see you in the campus!